Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Plastered Dragon. Hope you're all having a great day. We're about to make you have a great night. Time.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen,
Damn
and
it.
welcome to the Plastered Dragon.
Who's that? That's not me. I just looked and I'm muted. I thought I screwed it up, but it wasn't me this time.
At some point it restarted. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I hate when that happens. When the browser restarts, the tab becomes unmuted. But
Sorry.
kind and magnanimous DM that I am, I have forgiven you already.
Oh, thank you.
I've only made the same mistake 17 times, and we've only had 12 episodes, so I mean, it's impressive. At any rate, welcome to our show. Something Wicked This Way Comes. Couple of announcements before we get started. First off, tomorrow night we have another homebrewed fiasco where we are going to be sitting around the table, all of us together. You're going to see Cali Dragon, Drunk Dragon, myself, and Griff the Barbarian playing a scenario about a failing zoo and all of the dark things that we have decided to do in order to save our zoo. Should be pretty horrible. We'll all be horrible people and all be making bad choices. 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, don't miss it. Saturday night, Billy's back in the DM's chair for Drunken Dread with Y the Last Man, where the last man on Earth is going to be helped by a gang of warrior women trying to keep his last Y chromosome alive. And then we wrap around to Monday for Chosen Family. They're in the final act of the saga as they hurtle headlong into a collision with the big bad and the slightly less big bad, reeling from the loss of one of their friends. Tune in to find out how they cope. But now let's get down to something wicked. When we last left our heroes, they had been staking out the Curios and Oddities shop in the hopes that some of the cultists might come back for another tattoo. It was decided through Zuki's resistance that she should go rest at the hotel after her traumatic encounter, and Zuki, Nick, and Zephyr went there. Nick made a few ill-advised attempts to try to push Zuki and Zephyr together, and even went so far as to not tell them when the rest of the party called and that something was happening at the stakeout. He said he was going down to the desk and would be right back. After 5 minutes had passed, Zuki and Zephyr realized he wasn't coming right back, and they went out to look for him. And Zuki, using her urchin abilities and her tiger abilities, managed to close the gap very quickly and pounced on Nicholas just as the group was being spotted by those they were staking out. A frantic chase ensued, and the fleeing cultists were apprehended. Their victim sent to a local homeless shelter to find food and rest, and the cultists stuffed into the back of the van and taken for interrogation. One of them shouted something from the van and then bit down on a poison capsule. They did not realize until they'd gotten him to the hotel that he was already dead. They decided to try and interrogate the second one, who also bit down on a poison capsule. Fortunately, Nick had a revivify spell and brought the man back from the dead, where they got a little bit of information from him, but not much, and killed him again. Then they headed back to the apartment to decide what to do next, when Zuki was contacted by her father. Keel was contacted by his mother, and Zephyr was also contacted by his mother. Family plans were made for the following day, and after a brief discussion between Zuki and Zephyr, in which she told Zephyr to stop being weird, and he told her to stop being so aggressive, and they kind of came to an agreement. The party went to sleep for the night. The following morning, before Zuki could head off with the meeting with her father, Nicholas tried to get her necklace from her because he felt it was too dangerous for her to hang on to it. Another argument ensued, and Nicholas, not believing that Zuki would actually open the portal for him, dared her to do it, and she did, and he was abducted by a winter wolf and pulled through the portal, which then closed. And that's where we left our heroes. We pick up now with Zuki standing alone on the street in front of the apartment, staring at a spot where a portal once was. Zuki, we can't hear you. Are you on mute?
Because I was typing and I didn't want you to hear me. So I don't see anybody around me because I'm supposed to meet my dad, but there's nobody here, right?
You were supposed to walk somewhere like you were getting coffee, and then you were going to meet him.
Got it. That's right. Okay, so I'm gonna run upstairs real quick. to let everybody know what happened.
The door bursts open and Zuki runs in by herself.
Okay, so Nick is in winter. I mean, winter, because the Fae Court, the winter, he got sucked through a portal. Yeah, it wasn't my fault.
I'm sorry. Can we take it back a few steps? Nick is in winter, and it's not your fault?
Yes. He was trying to take my necklace, and I said no. And then all of a sudden, this portal opened up, and this wolf came out and grabbed him and pulled him in. And I didn't do anything. But he's over there.
Okay. Well, technically, he wanted to go to winter. I'm not sure he wanted to be taken to winter, kicking and screaming, dragged by a wolf. But it's not the worst thing that's happened to any one of us. Were you planning on going to winter? No, you were planning on seeing your father.
I was planning on seeing my dad. Now, I don't know if that entails going to winter or not. I don't have a lot of information. But if I'm there, I'll ask about it.
Wasn't Nicholas and you, weren't you both promised safe passage back and forth between the realm?
You would be the first person to say yes, but because as far as I know, promised safe passage was for our 4 once a week lesson things that we were supposed to go for. So I don't know if this counts or not. I hope so. But
Nicholas is extremely clever, and he hides it behind a mask of humor. And I'm sure that if he were here right now, he would be shaking his head yes in affirmation that he will get through this. I can see it now, almost as if it was in front of me, him almost affirming the universe. Yes, I can do this. I have complete faith in him. But just in case, we will give him a little bit of time, and then maybe we can form a raiding party to go to winter. And by raiding party, I mean a group of people that beg and plead and possibly cry in order to get our cleric back.
okay. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and go meet my dad for the first time ever, maybe? That would be kind of cool. But if I go to winter, I'll ask about him, and hopefully I'll be back soon.
Yes.
This is really weird.
Sure, why not? I mean...
I know. I feel really weird saying, but, I mean, okay.
Go talk to your dad. Do you want any of us to escort you at least to the meeting point to walk with you?
No, hey, I'm not planning on getting dragged through a winter portal by a wolf, so it should work out okay.
I don't think Nicholas was planning for it either, if that makes any sort of... But, okay. Could I talk to you before you leave?
Absolutely.
I will walk Zuki out to the door and just very quickly, because Nicholas isn't here, I will try to awkwardly hug her. And it's one of those where I don't know how to do it, and I just sort of pat you on the back, and I say, all right, don't fuck it up.
Thanks.
Good talk. All right.
I actually lean over to Kill and say, man, Reggie seems to be taking this pretty good.
Right? Drag through a portal, and he's not cursing a storm, rolling his eyes at Zuki. What?
He didn't blame her or anything. It was like,
Did he have a
he's
strong
going to let her...
this morning?
I don't know. Is he going to let her go by herself?
I think we need to
I
keep
run
an
down
eye
the
on him
stairs
today.
before you change your mind.
Okay. You run down the stairs, you head down the street toward the coffee shop. And even though it's a warm summer day, as you're walking, you feel a cool breeze drift across your back.
I look behind me.
There is an elf standing behind you now that looks very familiar from your pictures.
I stand there
Or-
and I
Picture singular, I suppose I should say.
stand there and look and wait to see what he's going to do.
He looks at you, kind of looks you up and down as if he's taking you in for the first time because, he hasn't been, as far as you know, with you for many years. And he says, "Oh, it is good to see you and to be with you when I see you. You have grown. I am proud of you.
Thanks.
I am sure you have lots of questions, and I'm sure I am not your favorite person right now.
I haven't decided that yet.
That is fair. We should not be here to talk, though.
Where should we go?
I can open a way.
Where are we going?
We're going to a safe place.
Is it winter?
It is not. I said we were going to a safe place.
Okay. How soon am I going to be able to come back here?
How soon would you like to come back?
Today.
I can arrange that. That will not be a problem. This is our first meeting. I want it to go well. I am at your service.
All right, let's go.
And he waves his hand, and a swirling portal opens, kind of Doctor Strange style. And he steps through and then holds his hand out to you to show you that it's safe.
I take his hand.
And you step through, and the portal closes, and you are on what looks like a barren plain of rock and dirt. And let us shift scene to Nicholas, who is being carried by the scruff of the neck, basically the back of his shirt, as this giant wolf is bounding through the snow. Saying or doing anything, Nick?
Oh, this is fun. This is the best day of my life. Second best day. Enjoying every bit of it.
And after a while, you are brought to Goldurak, and you are unceremoniously dropped into the snow at her feet.
And you're welcome.
The dog, the wolf crouches and wags its tail, looking at you expectantly.
He's so good at this game called Fetch. Really good.
He really is, isn't he? He brought me exactly what I asked for.
And you're welcome.
Please, have a seat.
Of course.
And she throws what looks like a bone with like some raw meat on it, but it looks like it's frozen. It looks like it was like carved off of a frozen dead animal. And she throws it to the wolf, who catches it in his jaws and just goes bounding off happily.
So how can I help you today?
Well, you can start by being more respectful to our station.
Well, that's why I was asking how I could help you.
Always hiding behind the wit. It does not serve you. It will not serve you here. I understand you have a complaint.
About?
Winter?
Maybe you should jog my memory. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Are you sure you want me to jog your memory? I would be glad to.
Sounds painful.
And she gestures, and you hear the sound of like cracking and groaning ice behind you. Do you look?
Reluctantly.
As you glance behind you, you see a shape rising up out of the frozen ground. At first legs, then a torso, arms, and finally a head, as you see what looks like some sort of ice troll or giant now standing behind you, holding a big club, also made of ice, in its hand.
I for sure don't know that guy. Never seen him before in my life.
No, he is here to help jog your memory. He's a surgeon of sorts, and that is his medical implement.
Yeah, I have a little bit experience with medical implements, and I'm pretty sure that's the opposite of what we wanted to happen here.
Perhaps we are not
So-
as advanced here as in your world. I apologize.
How about we rewind it just 1 second, and I just answer the questions that you have.
All right, let's start again with this complaint you have about winter.
Wouldn't say it's so much a complaint as in you've been misinformed.
Really? I believe I heard words to the effect of, I have gotten nothing from them. I believe you used slightly crasser words, but that is how I recall it. Are you
Okay.
saying you are not satisfied with our deal? I feel we have been most generous with you.
Sure, other than the information that was given to you was actually incorrect. So it's obviously not your fault. So whoever told you about my parent or my heritage, they lied to you.
Did they? And how do you know this?
Because your top dog over there had incorrect information about my parentage, and he said he was told by you. So obviously you can't be wrong.
Which
So whoever told you
information?
has to be wrong.
Which information is incorrect?
About my lineage.
Yes, which information about your lineage is incorrect?
My parents, who they are.
Really?
Yes.
And what was the incorrect part? I wish to hear from you the information that I got wrong.
Again, I'm gonna say it's
Oop.
not you that were wrong, but whoever
wait.
gave you the information is wrong.
Hang on a sec, we lost somebody. Oh, I think we're about to... Are we getting them back, or did we lose two somebodies? We might have lost Zuki and Reg. Oh, they're back.
They're back.
Back.
It wasn't me.
Sorry.
I didn't do it.
Back before I could hit technical difficulties. All right. So, say that again for me.
So it was implied that my mother is not of what she is.
Why are you speaking so cryptically? If I have given you this information already, there is no need to shelter it from me.
Well, no, that's how it was delivered to me.
Is it?
Yes.
I see. And what do you feel about this information is incorrect? Speak plainly.
My mother is human, but your guy said she's not.
Hang on a sec, we lost Zuki again. We're going to switch out for just a second and get this fixed. We will be right back, folks.
Big ball!
And I'm remembering to unmute myself. Look at that, we're back live. Oh, wait, the faces are all in the wrong places. Give me a second. I lied, we're not back. No, it's not your fault. It's stuff that happened. Okay, we're really back for real this time. I put people back in the spots where they belong, and we are actually ready to go.
And you're unmuted?
I am unmuted and everything.
This time, and the people back in the spots where they belong, and we are ready to
The
go.
computer rebooted and probably got unmuted again? Maybe?
Everything.
Are we good now? Yes. So when we last yep, there was an echo, we fixed it. When we last left our heroes, which was just a few minutes ago, Nick was having a discussion with the Winter Court, in which he insisted that, nope, nothing good, and said that his mom was an elf. No, sorry, he said his mom was human. That's what happened, yes. So let's pick up from there.
And continue.
Yes. So, you believe your mother to be human?
Correct?
And why do you believe that?
Anatomy?
So you're saying that you remember coming out of her womb?
See, we went that corner once before, and I'm not going back there again. Let's just say no.
And yet, You believe her and not me. Someone who is incapable of lying. Interesting.
Is it knowledge that you have firsthand, or was that knowledge gleaned from another source?
It is knowledge that I had firsthand.
So you're saying that you know my mother personally?
I'm saying that I knew your mother personally.
Past tense.
Past tense, yes.
And my father?
Yes, I knew him as well.
Past tense.
Past tense. You're getting quite a lot of information here for nothing. I do hope that you appreciate it.
What would you like to know? I have a wealth of knowledge today.
Are you?
Maybe.
Very well. Then tell me what is going on with your merry little band of... let's call you adventurers, shall we?
Oh, like why we called you for the meeting?
Just... What is going on in general? What have you been up to the last couple of days?
A little thing we like to call saving the worlds.
I see. Perhaps you could be more specific, as it is not clear to me that you have saved the world, or
Well,
even that
that's
the
what
world
we're
needs
working
saving. Ah, and what are you doing to work on saving the world?
Alright, so since we didn't get the meeting where we had the chance to explain everything, I'll start there. You're familiar with the concept of in-between realms.
Yes, I am.
So, it is our understanding that somewhere in the in-between realms exists, for lack of a better word, a presence that wishes to get rid of, for lack of a better word, everything.
This is a somewhat clumsy explanation, but
I'm working on very little to go here, so we're just kind of putting the puzzle pieces together. So I'm not sure what you know. I'm trying to go 4th grade level, but what do you know about that situation? Anything?
your description is somewhat inaccurate. It is not a presence, but many presences wishing to break free.
Fair enough.
They do not like being contained where they are, and wish room to stretch their, for lack of a better word, legs.
So does this impact you if they wanted to break free?
I fear it impacts everyone.
Excellent. So that's kind of what we're dealing with. They are using weaknesses in the, I guess, the planes to intrude and cause havoc. I think they're actually attacking specific points because of that weakness and then trying to remove people that could thwart their advance.
Interesting. Perhaps you are not as foolish as you first appeared.
I try.
Now, for an interesting question for you. What are you going to do with this information I have given you?
Well, as I'd love to act on it, I think there's a larger picture here. If the fate of all of the entire universe is at stake, then maybe a little bit of information about my family is not as important as I thought it was.
But everything is important. Knowledge is power. Remember that, Nicholas.
Was my mother killed? Was my father killed? Trying to defend against this? Is this a long-term battle that we are just now getting our feet wet in?
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. You've been fed quite a bit for today. We don't want to overeat now, do we?
We could exchange.
I think I want to let you ruminate for a bit.
Whilst I illuminate?
If you like. I believe you know the way back.
One more thing before I go, if I may. Is the information about my parentage important to this battle?
That is for you to decide. I would not dare place import on the affairs of another. That is very presumptuous.
Gotcha. So, apologies. One more thing. Would it interest you if Zuki was dangerously being courted by the summer?
What do you mean? Dangerously being courted by the summer.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a lot of information to digest. Maybe we could talk about a trade. Seems important.
Or maybe we can talk about it next time.
I'll hold on to it if you don't want it now.
I believe you know the way out.
See you next time.
And she fades into mist.
All right, which one of you dogs is my favorite? Which one?
Oh, there aren't any
Which
dogs
one's the
here.
one? Ah, son of a...
There's just the ice troll, and he's got his club, and he's pointing in the direction you came from.
Do you guys validate parking?
And we will cut from there back over to the plane of rock and dirt.
Oh, I was really hoping you were not going to default back to that. What's that plane called again? What was that? The one that we're at?
We didn't have a name for it, actually. Yeah.
Oh, I was pretty sure you said it. I just needed you to say it again.
Your camera must have cut out. It's a shame you missed that. Perhaps you can ask the chat and they'll tell you. I'm sorry it is not the most lavish accommodations, but I wanted to be able to talk more freely.
What is this place?
It is a separate plane, distinct from the Feywild, distinct from your home, where it is unlikely for us to be disturbed.
What's it called?
Its name is unimportant.
Well, to you, maybe. All right. So I don't even know where to start.
Start wherever you need to. Do you want to start with anger? Do you want to start with sadness? Do you want to start with questions?
Why? Why'd you leave? Where have you been?
I had no choice. I was forced from your world by the group you call Ben. I was doing work for the Court of Winter. And for a time my purposes intersected with Ben. And as they did, I allowed them to use me for missions. That is how I met your mother.
So how old was I when you left?
You were barely born. I hardly got to see you at all. It was not my choice to leave, but if I did not leave, they would have harmed you and your mother.
And then she went looking for you.
Yes, she did.
And what happened to her?
She got caught in a crossfire. The Summer Court was after me. It was a foolish dispute such as between our peoples. I was perfectly capable of handling it, but she was worried, and she had just found me and thought to protect me. It was foolish, it was silly, but you know the kind of woman your mother was. I know you didn't know her for long, but you knew her well.
I was told that the spell that did that to her would have killed a human.
Really? Where did
Why
you hear
didn't it
that?
kill her? It doesn't matter. Why didn't it kill her?
If true, that would mean she is not human.
Do you know anything about that?
That is news to me.
So then why isn't she awake? Why haven't you done everything in your power to wake her up?
What
To
makes
heal
you
her.
think I have not done everything in my power? Everything I have tried has failed. I have been to numerous planes searching for the most obscure enchantments. Nothing I have done has broken this spell. I have looked in on you often. Always.
But you couldn't bother to talk to me in person, find me, knowing that I was all alone, knowing that I was by myself, knowing that I was going from stranger's house to stranger's house, from foster building to foster building. You couldn't find me.
I found you each and every time, and I did what I could to keep you safe. Without being detected.
And why not? Why not say, hi, it's your dad, I'm here.
And then what? Hi, it's your father, I am here, and now I must leave you. You were too young to understand.
I wasn't too young last year. I wasn't too young the year before. I wasn't too young the year before that. Why now?
Things are changing in the court. Things are changing in the multiverse, the realms. They are becoming more dangerous. I am finding that I care less about what Ben thinks, and more about you and your mother.
So you're still connected to Ben?
Connected is a strong word. Wanted by might be a better one. We disagreed on the execution of a mission.
So what's next? You leave and I don't hear from you again? You take me off to the winter court to live with the fairies? What's supposed to happen now?
In an ideal world, we save your mother, get Ben to forgive my crimes, and I come home. In a real world, probably something less. But at least we have something to strive for.
All right, so then what do I do?
I am not sure, but I feel that there must be something that you can do to help your mother, something that I cannot. I don't know what it is, but I know that I have failed at every turn.
So you called me here with all of your age and all of your wisdom and all of your knowledge of the situation, and basically what you have for me is, I've run out of ideas with all these years and all this knowledge. Maybe the 18-year-old can figure it out for me?
Well, I mean, when you say it that way...
That's the best you got?
Look, I don't have all the answers. I know that in your popular literature and mythology, fathers are all-wise and all-knowing, but it's not as easy as that.
So then why did you contact me? Why am I here? If you've got no solution for me, if you've got nothing other than maybe it'll all work out, maybe you can fix what I couldn't fix. That's it?
Because I want to help, and because it is dangerous And because the court... The court... He closes his eyes and he breathes for a minute. There are things that you do not understand about your heritage. Things that you will learn in time, but there are things that we are unable to say, questions we are unable to answer. I don't mean that we can't, I mean that we are physically unable because of our makeup, because of the magic that binds us to the Winter Lady, to the Queen of Winter, to the Crone. The three have sway over all winter. They have sway over you to a lesser extent because of your lineage. You are not...
So what is it about my lineage?
You are not pure winter. And because of that, because of the mortal blood within you, you cannot be controlled as I can. I want to answer all of your questions, but some I will literally be unable to. Not unwilling, unable.
Do I have a blood tie to Summer?
Not that I am aware of. Why would you have a blood tie to Summer?
I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Reaching for anything.
Did your grandmother tell you anything?
No.
I can tell you
She
this.
gave me-
Your grandmother is the one that introduced me to your mother. She was a Ben agent and my partner. I believe Ben wanted us together for some reason. I don't care what the reason was. All I know is that I was happy with her, and would have given up everything Winter was for her.
I feel like this hasn't been super helpful.
I am sorry. I wish that I was more helpful to you. Ask me something that perhaps I can answer.
Can you tell me about... Can you tell me about why Winter has such an interest in me? Not you, but Winter, the Winter Lady, Lady Goldorak.
Goldorak is a slippery one. I would be wary of her. If she has an interest in you, it is for her own games and machinations.
Aren't you one of her knights?
I am one of the knights of the Winter Lady. She is a Lady of Winter. It is a subtle but important distinction. The Winter Lady is one of the Triad. She is merely a lower noble. I may oppose her if I choose. I may not oppose my lady. My first thought was that she was interested in you because you are my daughter. But if you are making inquiries about Summer, perhaps there is intercourt play here at work.
Are you familiar with Lord Malmarathir?
Malmarathir. He spits. He is a dog. He is as untrustworthy as the day is long. He cannot lie, just as I cannot, but he delights in twisting the truth as far as it will bend. Give me a perception check, if you would.
That one.
No, you're too focused on your dad. And we're gonna cut back to Winter for just a minute, as Nicholas has been trudging through the snow and sleet. He's wet and cold, and finally he comes back to the spot where the portal is, and the portal opens to the apartment in front of Reginald's place.
Thanks, boys. Had fun. See you next time. Obviously,
And
nobody's there.
yeah, have you guys been like watching out the window to see if he comes back, or have you been just having a conversation in the apartment? What's been going on in there while he's gone?
I imagine we're on the balcony, like drinking coffee, overlooking the spot, and like taking bets on when he comes back.
I actually am trying to talk Keel into taking me to go see my mom. And giving me a drive over there.
Okay. Kill?
I mean, did you want to go now, or did you want to wait until everybody came back?
Do we want to bring everybody with us? I don't know how long I'm going to be there.
So that is a good point.
Oh, look, there he is. Nick!
It's like,
Hello.
who had 27 minutes?
I think that was me. I think I had 27 minutes. All right. Pay up, boys. Pay up. It's $1 from Keel, and we'll call it Zephyr. I know you don't have any money. Yeah. Keel, why don't you...
I've got a little bit of money.
I'm not going to take your money.
And he's like frosted and dripping as he comes through the portal. And it's a warm day, so the sun starts to melt the ice, and he looks kind of like a wet dog.
I'm
I
actually
wonder
just
if he
gonna
smells like one.
I'll keep on walking past the apartment. I'm heading off. I am done for the day.
Nick,
This is no more fun.
where are you
Nope.
going?
Nope.
Nick,
Nope. Nope.
you look like you peed yourself. Did
Yep.
you pee yourself?
Maybe.
Nod your head if you peed yourself. I think he peed himself.
That's what
could
it's
happen.
looking like.
Yeah. I've
So
got,
maybe you can grab him.
I made a coffee and Dunkin' Donuts run. I've got some clothes. All right. Well, why don't you take him and I'll follow behind him. And I think I've got some like shorts that he left here before. It definitely looks like he peed himself. So why don't you take Zephyr and I will catch up with Nick.
Sounds good.
All right. Keep in touch, Zephyr. Be safe. We'll try to.
I'm going to be with my mom. Of course, that didn't
No.
work out too well last time, did it?
I've grown quite fond of you, and someone has to awkwardly interrupt people with song, and none of us are capable of doing it. So, just come back. All right.
I'll be back.
I will chase after Nick, lock up the apartment, and let Keel take Zephyr where he needs to go.
Okay. So you guys head off for a drive to drop Keel off at his parents' place. Do you like give him the address?
Now, are you talking about Zephyr?
Zephyr, yes. Sorry.
I do give him the address.
It's
I let
pretty.
him know.
It's a pretty swanky neighborhood. Chestnut Hill. This is where the rich people live. It's like a mansion.
Man, Chestnut Hill.
You feel kind of weird bringing your van up here.
Yeah. I always wanted to see what this place looked like.
There's a gate in front of the house.
Not really that impressive.
Compared to where I'm from, this is pretty great.
It's just home. And not a home I've been to lately. And so I appreciate the ride.
Did you
just
want me to
leave here.
wait,
No,
or-
I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm sure I can get an Uber or my mom can drive me. I'll figure something out.
Sure.
I'm positive. I'll be fine. I need to see my dad. I don't know how long this is going to be.
All right. Okay, if anything does happen, you know where we're all at.
Yeah, I'll give you a call if there's any issues.
And you head up to
Thanks
the
for
gate.
ride. Yep.
And the gate's locked.
Well, hopefully I still know the code. Can I
Yeah, you still
try the code out?
The code has not changed.
Okay.
The gate swings open and you head up the drive to the house. Keel, do you head back to the apartment or do you head to Mom's?
I wait, at the bottom of the gate until I can make sure that he gets to his door.
Yep.
As a good chauffeur does. And then I'm actually going to head straight over to my mom's.
Okay. Let's head back over to Rock Central for a bit.
Ah, that's its name.
Yes.
Rock Central.
Rock
Got it.
Central.
I don't even know where to. I feel like you finally contacted me to tell me that you have no helpful information for me, and the helpful information you could give me, you physically can't say, and so you're hoping that I can do the job that you couldn't do, and good luck with that because you can't actually give me any guidelines on it.
That's hardly fair.
Has that pretty much summarized it, though?
I do not think so.
So then what am I missing?
Look around you. He spits bitterly. What are you missing? You tell me.
I was missing a dad most of my life. I'm missing a mom. I'm missing a grandmother. I'm missing information about who I am and where I'm from.
I cannot
And apparently you answer a lot of these questions and you're either choosing not to or you're unable to. So I'm not quite sure what the point is of contacting me after all of this time.
The point is to try to help you, to try and make you aware of what is going on around you.
So basically, don't trust anybody. Winter sucks. Summer sucks. And good luck with all that.
Just because I cannot speak directly does not mean I have not acted. You need to learn the ways of the court. You need to understand actions speak louder than words many times. And that words have layers to their meanings.
Meaning your words have layers and I need to start to decipher. So you're going to give me puzzles and I get to solve the puzzles because that's really fun.
I did not promise you fun. Fun is for when this is over. Fun is for when we are a family again. Assuming you still want that. If you don't, I don't blame you. I was wrong to expect happiness. It is not the way of the court.
Happiness is not the way of the court? That makes sense.
It's not the way of winter or summer. It is why so many of us seek to break free. I sometimes feel they dangle it as a false prize.
Okay, so what do I do? One message for me. What's the one thing that you need to communicate to me? What is the one reason that after all this time you contacted me and wanted me here? What is the one thing that I need to do? Give me something.
I wanted you here. That is what you need to know. I cannot say more.
Here, like in this place right here with all the rocks?
He struggles.
Why
with-
here?
Why? Why indeed?
Can I look around like really, really well and see if there are any clues to where this place is or what
Sure.
makes it super special?
Sure.
Okay.
You kind of wander a little bit from him. He paces you, but he's not like hovering over like he's trying to protect you or anything. But
Is that a perception?
uh,
What is it?
I would give you which are you better? I think you're better at perception than investigation,
Way
right?
better at perception than investigation.
I would give you perception then.
All right, 17.
17. You're noticing that there's not really any nature. There's not like any trees, any plants, or any normal animals. You're seeing a lot of rocks and dirt. The liquid that's here looks like it's pools of lava. And you occasionally see some creatures moving, but they all seem like they're in varying tones of browns. You think you see a pile of rocks get up and walk away.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me an insight check, because you're a druid.
Okay. 19.
You're seeing a lot of elemental imagery here.
Okay.
A lot of earth elemental type stuff.
Okay. Is this place important because we can't be heard here?
He thinks for a second and then smiles a little bit and says, "This place is important for a great many reasons. But I am glad that you personally recognize its importance and that I don't have to tell you that it is important." Is there anything else that you think you may have figured out that you don't need me to tell you?
No.
Well, when you do have such things, feel free to contact me.
How do I contact you? You gonna give me a necklace? Because I'm making a collection.
I could if you like, but I think simply if you whisper my name, it should be sufficient. I expect...
Oh. Could you tell me that?
I expect you would like one of my names. I have many,
I've heard.
but the one that I will give you is Maern Anea, Defender of the Night.
Would you mind spelling that for me?
Maern apostrophe Anea, Maern Anea.
Aena. Marinana. I'll practice that one. And what did you say it meant?
Defender of the Night.
Why so many names?
Names have power and meaning. Each name conveys an aspect. As you rise in the ranks of winter, you are given additional names to accompany your power.
So how do you feel about... So in winter you go by Lord Duramir?
Sometimes, yes. That is
And
my
you also-
court name.
Wodith Ale?
Yes.
And where do you use that name?
That is used among the common folks of the Fae. I am Lord Duramir in court.
And where are you Marinana?
To your mother. And hopefully to you. I will not be so presumptuous as to hope for any kind of affection from you. It is too early in our relationship for that, but know that I have looked after you all these years, even if I haven't made it known to you. And that I do care. And that if I could give more, I would.
I'll see you again.
Whenever you like.
Okay. Can I go home now?
Yes, of course. And he waves his hand, and the spot swirls back open in the alleyway around the corner from the coffee shop. And he says,
Okay.
This portal is always in this place.
Okay.
It is up to you to decide what that means, because I cannot tell you. And he winks.
She gives a half a smile. And she goes.
He watches her leave, and he waits till she turns the corner of the alleyway, and then he opens a different portal and steps through it. Meanwhile, back at Zephyr's house,
I walk up to the door,
and Mom
still
opens
kind of
it.
tentative.
Yep.
She caught me at the door. Hi, Mom.
She runs out, throws her arms around you. She's a small woman, and even though you're not huge or, massive, she's still tiny and frail compared to you. Oh, look
And
at you.
I wrap my arms around her, and actually, probably a small tear escapes my eye.
Oh, I'm so glad you came home. Your father will be glad too.
Really, Dad? Glad to see me?
He does love you. I know you don't believe it.
I know he loves me. He just doesn't seem to like me very much.
And it is time you know why.
It sounds a little scary.
It's not that he does not like you. It is your choices he does not like.
What's new, right? What's new?
They are taking you down a dangerous path.
It's a path I choose, Mom. I have to be able to choose my own path.
Yes, but you need to be able to be aware of your path when you choose it.
Can we go inside?
Yes, come
I
inside.
kinda
Come.
take a look around.
She ushers you in the house. It looks the same, except for the hole in the wall where you blasted your father through. That's been patched up and painted over. It's painted a different color now, so it's kind of a reminder to you.
Just the hole or the whole wall?
No, the whole wall. It's like an
Okay.
accent. It's like an accent wall now.
I avoid looking in that direction.
Mom used it as an excuse to redecorate a little bit.
Yeah, I can see you've done some great things with the place, Mom.
She smiles. Come, your father is sitting at the table.
Okay.
He's waiting for you. I have made tea.
Thanks.
After you have talked with your father, we will talk.
Okay. I love you, Mom.
I love you too. Now go, sit. And she kind of shoos you into the room.
Okay. I walk in and look over at my father.
He looks a little thinner than you remember him. He looks like he has not been well.
Father?
Zephyr. It was good of you to come.
I didn't think you'd want to see me again.
Your actions were rash, but they were not entirely your fault.
And Zephyr kind of looks a little confused, having never heard his father take responsibility for anything.
You do not know, or did not know, who or what you are.
No, I didn't.
And when you lashed out, you instinctively found your power. Perhaps if we had been more straight with you about that. But I sought to protect you from going down that path.
What path? Even Mama's talking about this dangerous path that I'm taking.
Your connection to the fairy world, your connection to magic. I tap into it as little as I possibly can. Most of my business dealings have been honest and natural. I made my way in this world the same as any man, and that is what I wanted for you.
Well, I can't argue with you because, I'll be honest, they scared the bejeebies out of me.
As I feared, you have already begun interacting with them. The magic draws them like moths to a flame.
Well, I've been avoiding them as much as I can. However, there's things going on right now I don't know that I can even talk about that I'm afraid may be entangling me with them more.
Well, to you they are you are a toy, a plaything to them, a curiosity. Steer far clear, my son. Trust me on this.
I'm doing all I can to do that, Father. I wish I had known before. I wish you guys would have trusted me.
Yes, I wish we had too, but it is too late for that now. I don't suppose there's any chance of diverting you from this path.
Dad, for the first time, I'm with people that don't see me as weak. They see me as strong. They're actual friends. I'm not leaving this path. How can I leave that?
I don't know. Because it is dangerous? Because you could die?
I was already dead. I had nothing.
You had everything.
I'm not talking about this. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the house.
After everything your mother and I sacrificed for you.
You haven't sacrificed. Mother, yes. Mother, yes. You haven't cared. You haven't been there. You've hated me. I can't. I almost think from the day I was born.
I never hated you. I was afraid for you. I was afraid my old life would come looking for you. But instead,
it found me.
You went looking for it. You just served yourself up on a platter. You gift-wrapped yourself for them.
You know, go to hell. I've done everything I can. I've worked with these people. These are good people. And they believe in me, which is something you've never done.
I'm sure they do.
I'm not going to be bullied by you anymore, Father.
What do you want?
From you? I don't want anything from you. If you're going to give me answers to who I am and what I am, sure. Yeah, just because it's going to help me. But I can find it out on my own. I don't need you, Father. I don't need you.
What if I need you?
I walk over to the fridge and open it up, just trying to hide my emotions and everything, and my shock, and look around, grab a bottle of vin out of there.
It's still stocked with your favorites.
Good. I take out a bottle of the water and open it up and take a swig of it before turning back around. And I head back to the table.
I wonder. Would you be happier if you had killed me? So much anger, so much bitterness.
I didn't mean to hurt you, Father.
Then or now?
There's a lot bottled up inside me. I'm sorry for what I said, Father. I love you.
Where do we go?
Times. Well, we can. Who am I? Who am I?
You are the son of a common elven man of the Court of Summer, who fled his responsibilities because he had no desire to live that life, and fell in love with a human woman, and hid out and made a home. Denied his powers, denied his heritage, denied everything he was to try and protect his new family from the life he knew would one day come calling for them. That is who you are.
And it did come calling. I didn't seek it out, but it found me.
I knew it would. And that's why I got you that guitar. Yes, you didn't know it was from me.
I thought it was from Mom.
Yes. You wouldn't have accepted it if it was from me.
Probably not. Although, it's a nice guitar, Dad.
I knew there was a chance that this would happen. I wanted you to be protected.
I'm getting pretty good at protecting myself.
I am glad. There is going to come a time when you are going to need that, and it's going to be soon. I feel it in my bones.
Is there anything you can tell me that'll help me?
The courts of the Fae, I'm sure you know by now, are always truthful, but never honest.
I've seen it.
If you learn something from them, it's because they wanted you to know it. I've been away long enough to shrug off the verbal double talk and double dealings. I have been hampered a bit in my business dealings by not being able to lie. But in the end, it turned into something of a strength. People know that they can trust their deals with me.
Yeah, they can, and that's why you've done so well, I'm guessing.
It is. I'm sorry I shut you out all this time. I thought I was protecting you.
Is there any hope of us starting over again?
There's always hope. One just has to be willing to try. Are you willing to try, Zephyr?
I've always been willing to try.
Then let us leave it there for now. That is a good beginning. And your mother has missed you terribly.
I missed her too.
We all know that she was your favorite. Go. Spend some time with her. I will rest.
Thank you, Father.
You are welcome. And he shakily gets up from the table and picks up a cane and walks off out of the room a little shakily.
And I do all I can to hide the emotion and turn around and go look for Mom.
Okay, now let's pop over to Keel's house. Keel, you park the van, head up. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I pull up into this really run-down, kind of beat-up neighborhood. Basically a whole line of row homes, and find one that's got a little flower patch right in the very, very front that she likes to keep. And I'll walk up and knock on the door 3 times, then go inside.
Okay, you knock and you go and she's like, I'm coming, hang on just a minute. And you see her, this short woman with wiry hair and glasses. She's got an apron on and she's carrying a tray of cupcakes in oven mitts. She's got like one hand on the cupcakes and she's trying to pull off the other oven mitt with her teeth as she's running toward the door. And you walk in. Oh, I'm so glad you came. And she goes and she like drops the oven mitt on the coffee table and puts the hot tray of cupcakes on top of the oven mitt so she can run over and hug you.
Give her a big old hug, kind of pick her up off the ground.
Say, oh, stop it. You know I don't like being picked up.
Yeah. How are you, Ma?
I'm tired, but I'm all right.
Good.
It's been
unfortunately, wasn't able to bring any of my new friends around. They had other things they had to get done today.
No, I understand, but I'm glad you have friends. It's important.
Yeah.
It's not good for you to be so cooped up by yourself. I'll send you some cupcakes for them.
I know that they'd like that.
I made your favorite, red velvet.
You're the best, Mom.
I am. So, did you go to the church?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad.
We did.
And what did Father Mike say?
He didn't say much.
And you gave him my best, I hope.
I gave him everything that I could. Ma, I need to be upfront with you. Father Mike is dead.
And she like staggers over to a chair and sinks into it. What happened?
I don't really know. But you know how Dad was working with Ben and everybody? I think it's got something big to do with that.
Oh no. You think something bad happened?
Yeah.
Do any of his friends know?
Ma, you heard about the headquarters blowing up, right?
Yeah, I did. Is Danny all right?
He was caught in there, but he's okay.
Oh, well, I'm glad of that. You tell him to come by and I'll fix him some stew. That'll set him right in no time.
He may be a little bit. He's still in the hospital. Probably will be in there for a while. He hurt his legs pretty bad.
Maybe we can set a time to go visit him.
Yeah. Ma, I gotta be honest with you. Bad things are coming. This group of friends that I've been hanging out, we've actually been working together to try and find out. This is all sounding so crazy, but we're trying to save the world from ending.
Oh, that's nice, dear.
Yeah.
Your father would be so proud.
Yeah. Ma, I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where to go. These people are great and all, but we just keep coming into dead end after dead end. And I've got nowhere else to turn.
Well, if Father Mike is dead, maybe you can go and talk to one of his friends. I always find that when I'm lost, if I talk to one of them, I feel better. And sometimes...
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
Sometimes I have the answer. I just need to talk it out with someone and just have them listen. And then it just comes out on its own.
Yeah, who would you recommend?
Well, I don't know. Father Mike was the person that I usually talked to at the church, but I mean, there are other Catholic churches downtown. I suppose you could go to one of the other ones if Father Mike's not around, or maybe he had a replacement.
Possibly. Yeah. That's not a bad idea, Mom.
Let me box up these cupcakes for you. And she runs into the kitchen and she goes and she's busying herself in there while she's talking to you and like, she goes and it's a white cardboard box. And she actually has a spool of bakery twine, and she's like winding the twine around, and she ties a little bow on the top, and it looks like a package from a bakery. And she goes and puts it by the door for you. She says, "You don't have to go now, but here, I don't want you to forget them."
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
Now sit down and tell me about your adventures.
Well, have you been selling those cupcakes? It looks like you're been getting baking supplies from somewhere.
No, I just want to make them look nice for you.
Appreciate it. And then, as long as time's allowed, he'll basically go from start to ending, leaving out the church scene that he came upon.
Leaving out the more harrowing parts of the story for poor old Mom. Meanwhile, let's cut back to Zephyr, who's having a chat with Mom, and you guys are hanging out, and you're also having a nice time having tea, and there's a knock at the door. And she's like, "Oh, I'm not expecting anybody. Are you expecting anyone, Zephyr?"
I'm not. Just wait. I'll go get the door. You just wait here.
Okay.
I walk over to peek out the peek hole and everything, and
you see there's a man turned away looking down the driveway at what looks like a fancy limousine and waving it off. He's dressed in a very nice suit.
Some guy in a suit, Mom. And I open the door. "Hello, what can I do for you?"
And he hands a card to you and says, "Good day, I am a business associate of your father's. Martin Vandermeer is the name." And he looks up, and you see, with rounded ears instead of pointed ears, Lord Malmarathir standing on your doorstep. And that is where we're going to take our break tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, a bit of a surprise there, wasn't it? We will be back in just a couple minutes. Grab yourself a drink, head to the bathroom, and we will be back shortly.
was born ready.
And we're back. Before the break, we had an interesting little bombshell, and that is that a business colleague of Zephyr's father seems to resemble Lord Malmarathir quite a bit. Zephyr?
What are you doing here?
Oh, what a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect to see you here.
You can't be here. You need to go.
Oh,
you need to leave now.
But I have business with your father. And I have business with you.
We don't, whatever it is, we don't want any.
Are you sure you don't want any? I can help you, dear boy. I can help you achieve your dreams, your goals.
You know nothing of my dreams.
Don't I? And he closes his eyes for a moment. He says, ah, yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, I do believe I do. Zuki, really? Bit of a reach, isn't it?
I'm actually starting to seethe right now, mostly from embarrassment, I'm sure.
Oh, poor boy, she doesn't see you that way, does she? Perhaps it's because you're winded opening a door. What if you didn't need that inhaler anymore? What if you could breathe just fine?
What are you talking about?
He goes, he lays his hand on you, and his hand glows for a second. And your chest feels looser. Your breathing feels stronger than you've ever felt. He says, that's just a taste of what I can do for you. Try it out for a few days and see how it fits.
What do you want?
Oh, we'll worry about that later. Right now, I just want to help you, dear boy. Come, don't you want to have a song in your heart and a girl on your arm? It's the American dream, I'm told.
If it's coming from you, no, I don't.
Well,
I don't trust you. I can't trust you.
That is a hurtful thing to say, my boy. I would be offended if it weren't so true. I will prove to you I am acting in good faith. This is
How could you possibly do that?
By giving you this gift, no strings attached. 5 days of uninterrupted good health for you to see for yourself what you can be. And I ask nothing in return.
Nothing in return.
Nothing in return?
Zephyr's obviously affected. He's never had such freedom in his lungs before. And
he leans in and he says, imagine the breath support on those high notes. And he nudges you in the ribs.
What do you want?
I have already told you. I have no desires at the moment whatsoever.
Then why are you here?
Oh, you mean why am I here? I thought you meant what do I want from you. I apologize for the misunderstanding. You see, your father and I do business from time to time. and I am here helping to execute his affairs while he is incapacitated.
Does my father know who you are?
Well, of course he does. I'm Martin Vandermeer. Wall Street tycoon. Business. Here, have a card. Oh, I gave you one already, and he puts it back in his pocket. You're not going to share my little secret with him, are you?
Why wouldn't I?
Oh. Oh, because it would not be good for him to know.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
He believes that he and his wife are existing in secrecy outside of the realm, and that we do not know where he got to. If you revealed who I was, all of that would be for nothing. And it would
when it's hiding the truth a good thing? I've already been through this.
Well, if you were to reveal the truth, it would be the first in a series of dominoes falling, each one larger than the last. And the largest of the dominoes would come down on this house. I am sure you don't want that. Far better for him to live in his ignorant bliss. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement that will work best for everyone.
Wait here. And I walk back into the house, closing the door behind me.
Okay.
And I approach my mom and hand her the card. This guy says he works with Dad.
Oh, yes. See, he has been here many times since your father took ill. He has been helping him run the business while he has been recovering.
You've let him in the house? I take it.
Well, he's your father's associate, of course.
Okay.
Why would I not let him into the house?
I'll let him in. And I walk back to the door, and I look at the card again. What's the name on it?
Martin Vandermeer.
Mr. Vandermeer.
Yes.
Would you please come inside?
I
will
would be
let
delighted.
my father know that you're here.
Oh, not necessary. I know the way. And he pats you on the head and walks by.
You actually see steam leaving Zephyr's ears at this moment. And and I go back in to sit with my mom.
Meanwhile,
visibly disturbed.
Meanwhile, Zuki and Keel have made their way back to the apartment. Nick, did you go back to the apartment, or did you head into work, or what?
I am actually walking or heading to my mother's house.
Okay.
Not sure how long that takes from here, but plan to get there eventually.
All right, we'll go to the apartment for now. And Zuki, you probably get there before Keel does. You're muted again.
And Reggie is there?
Yes. He's been cleaning.
Oh, that's right.
The apartment is almost back to normal. And you come tracking Mud in. Plop, plop,
Of course.
plop,
No. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
What?
No, this is my nightmare. This is my nightmare.
What is it?
No, you've got mud all over. I've wiped. I've been on my hands and knees.
Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't even realize. Here, I'll just go in the bathroom and get it cleaned up.
No,
Walking
please.
and tracking.
No, I will. Let's go buy you lunch. You're hungry all the time. Let me buy you food.
She gets a good halfway to the bathroom before your words sink in.
Oh.
Stop and turn around and walk back, but not making the same path that I did before.
No, you're not. That's just great. This is great. This is so great.
Where are we
Oh,
going?
I love it. I think I have to move. I think I need to just move.
I
Honestly.
like this place.
How are you? How was meeting your dad for the first time?
It was weird. You know,
Well,
are all elves completely cryptic and unhelpful in your
yes.
experience?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. 100 times. Yes. I mean, it's like it's wired into their DNA. Do you know what I mean? Every elf.
A little emo.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, you go to a hot topic here. There's a 70% chance that that place is just chock-a-block with elves at any given time of day. So yeah, no. Dashboard Confessional, the lead singer, elf. Yeah, any sort of emo band that you can think of, you know.
I'm a little pissy because he basically said you can't trust anybody, which you've been telling me for years. So it wasn't really new to me. And then told me he couldn't tell me anything, really. I mean, it's just.
Hey, welcome to the adult club. Most parents are shit. Let's go get some food, and you can tell me about any other stuff you want to tell me about.
Okay.
I don't know where everyone else is. I tried to get Nick to come back because it looked like he peed himself, but he said he was going to go talk to his mom. And then Zephyr, I think, is at his parents' place, and I don't know where Keel is, but I imagine he's probably headed back this way sometime soon. So, hey, I've got something that might cheer you up.
Okay, and then I've got a request.
Oh, yeah. What?
Is there like a Kinko's or a copy place or something like that on the way there? Because he mentioned that he's worked for Ben and that he worked with my grandmother and that he's not in Ben's good graces right now. But I feel like you might be able to find information, or maybe if not you, maybe Keel might be able to find some information through. I know that the building blew up, but there's got to still be contacts there. We might be able to find out a little bit more about him through one of the two of you. But I thought, if I don't want to give up the only picture that I have of my mom, but maybe if we made a copy of it,
yeah,
it would help to be able to track him down, or maybe even find out something about her.
Yeah, I mean, I've got contacts. Let's go make a couple of copies, and we'll give one to Keel, and I will sort of go through my channels, and I'm sure between the two of us we can find out. Did you get any other information? Like, I don't even know what his bloody name is.
Oh, he gave me one of them. He's got a billion. But I can give you the 3 names that I have.
Oh my god, he's one of those like stuffy elves that has a whole bunch of long names that just like.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce the one that he wants me to call him.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to practice. I don't know. It's awkward. Why can't they just be named like why can't he just be Dad? Because Dad's easy to say.
Well, we'll walk to Kinko's or something, and then we'll make some copies, and you can tell me about his names.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys head off to Kinko's.
Yeah.
Keel is driving back, and Nicholas, you get to your mom's house.
What time of night? What time of night is it?
Oh, it's like pretty early in the day still. I mean, it's like lunchtime maybe.
I didn't know how far away this place was from where we were at. All right, so I'm going to knock on the door.
Coming. Hang on a minute. Who is it?
Your favorite one and only.
Jim?
Yep, that's right. Thanks, Mom. Feeling it.
She laughs and opens the door. You know I'm kidding.
Ah, million jokes.
And she like pinches your cheek.
Just awesome. Hey, you got some time? 'Cause I got some questions.
Oh, sure. I was just sitting down to have some lunch. You want me to make you something?
Not hungry. Yeah, I'll follow you in. I don't want to interrupt your lunch.
Oh, good. This isn't one of those weird manners things where I'm not supposed to eat, is it?
I'm gonna say no, unless you want it to be.
Nope, sure don't.
Excellent. So, How you doing?
Doing okay. Getting
So you remember
by.
Yeah, you remember those talks you had about Dad, and you know, you remember those conversations?
Sure, of course I remember.
So
About your father and his history and his background and him being a great healer of his people and all of that. Yeah. I remember all of that.
So how did you guys meet?
Oh, well, it's a funny story, really. He was visiting here, searching for some herbs for medicines, and I was at the Botanical Gardens, and he popped in, and I caught him going behind the ropes, and I was going to scold him, but he just winked at me, and there was something in that wink that just... it just got to me. And so instead of calling him out, I watched him and I followed him. And the strangest thing, he opened a hole in reality, I guess. And he jumped through, and I jumped through with him because I wanted to find out what was going on. And then he killed kind of badly for leading me away, and he had to protect me from some of the dangers of his world, and we ended up having a picnic and having a nice afternoon of it. And he came back and visited me a few times after that, and, well, you know the story from there.
Yeah, cool storybook. I love it. Makes me feel good on the inside. So this is gonna sound weird, but who are you? Really?
I'm sorry? I'm your mom. I've raised you since you were a baby?
Yeah, I know, but who gave birth to me?
Your mother did. Your mother gave birth to you.
Yeah, but are you that mom?
No, I'm not.
Not a problem. Could be worse. So
You say that now.
Yeah. So not coping well. This is not going well. Let's just have more questions, more answers. So where's my mother? Why do you have me? Why are you what? Huh?
Your mother's dead. Your father is dead. Jerax placed you with me to hide you.
What?
What I told you about the books, the instruments, those being your father's, that was true. But your father was not a healer. Your father was not an elf. Your mother was an elf.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's good. So why not tell me the truth? What's the... What?
Jerax thought it was best. Your father, he did serve your father. That was true. And your father was a descendant of the survivors of that village. That is all true. But your father lost his way and fell in with your mother, a necromancer. Those books are the necklace, the amulet, those are the tools of a dark wizard.
Dark wizard. Okay. Seems about fair. Seems right. Anything else I don't know?
She sips her lemonade and fidgets nervously. How much do you want to know?
Well, let's see. Why did she carry the one and all of it?
Your mother murdered your father. He realized what she was too late, what she had become, and tried to stop her. She struck him down and rose him from the dead as a minion, a thrall, made him do her bidding. Jerax destroyed your father himself. It nearly broke him, and he carried you here.
So, what does this mean?
It means that you bear a mark of darkness within you that I am sure the fairy courts would love to get their hands on. I'm sure many would love to get their hands on. It means that you have innate power, that Jerax and I have tried to guide you to a different path. I'm a priestess of the Celestials. That is why I was chosen as your mother. I know I seem simple and basic, and that's a ruse, and I apologize, but you had to be set on the right path.
Is it the right path? Is it?
Have you murdered anyone?
Should I?
I prefer to think not, but I suppose that's up to you. In your heart, do you feel that murder is the way to solve your problems? Is the way to achieve your goals?
I mean, what do I trust at this point? I mean, is this how this? So this is real. This is how it goes.
Why do you think I never gave you the book? You think I didn't know what you were up to? Those night shifts that you were on, that you volunteered for with the EMTs, where you came back bloodied and bruised?
Well, maybe if I didn't have to try and stumble my way through and figure it out all on my own, things could be different.
Maybe, but you learned the right things. You had a guardian angel whispering in your ear, keeping you from the dark. That was the best we could do for you.
Yep, you're right.
I'm not saying you didn't deserve the truth. I'm not saying you couldn't have handled the truth. But the world could not afford to know the truth. Whispering it out loud, saying those words releases them. Words have power. The fact that you've confronted me with this fact, others now know.
So, how dangerous? How dark?
Are you asking how many people she killed? Is that what you want to know? Is that what you really want to know about your mother?
What's the risk to me? Or the people that are around me? Do I need to be off on an island by myself? That kind of deadly?
Oh, that wouldn't help. They will find you wherever you are now. I can protect you only so much. You have opened Pandora's box, and now you must live with the consequences. I hope that you are ready.
Do the monks know about this?
Which monks?
The balance monks. I don't know what their names are. You know I'm terrible with names.
No one knew until now. Jerax and I have kept this secret. I don't know how you found out.
So, long story short, there's a plot to destroy everything. Could be just a normal Saturday night thing. I don't know. And we're kind of involved in a fairy court possible power struggle. I don't know. Anyway, the in-between worlds, peoples, I guess, are trying to break through into this world and destroy it all. So, I got that going for me, and got this. It's going to be great. New fun things are going to happen. I'm going to get, hair in strange places?
I'd like to think that already happened.
You'd think, right? You'd think. So, how about a little bit more forthcoming? Can I still call you Mom?
I am your mother. I didn't give birth to you, but I did raise you.
I do love you.
And I do love you.
I think.
That
do you
was
have
all
another
real.
Family? Is it just us?
It is just us. No, I never had a husband. You were my whole family. But I had to make up a father for you because you wanted so desperately to have a father to idolize, and telling you that your father was duped by a dark sorceress and turned into a zombie was hardly the stuff of your dreams.
Nightmares, maybe?
Quite so, quite so.
Okay, so sorry for bothering you. I appreciate it, and yeah, I don't want to hang this on your head. It's not your fault. I appreciate it, and I'll process it eventually, I'm sure, in a very fantastic way.
Okay, well, I'm guessing you want some space.
Maybe I should get back to the ragtag bunch of people that I now hang out with that could really help save the world, I guess. They seem capable.
Well, I guess that's as good a place as any for you while this is going on. I'll keep my eyes on you as I always have, and if anything comes up, I'll let you know.
So, the risk thing, is there anybody in particular that's coming, or just random Joe Schmo?
I would imagine your mother's disciples. She had quite the following before they were crushed. They're hidden in splinter cells now, but...
What? Okay, so, you know what? You're gonna have to... I'm a little slow. What cult?
Well, you know, she was a necromancer, so apocalyptic death cults, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's assume that they didn't have like a particular name for themselves, did they?
No, they didn't. Mostly they were just called the Dark Ones.
The Dark Ones. No, not as cool as I thought it would be. But
if it makes you feel better, you can come up with a cool name for them. I know you like naming things.
So my mom for sure's dead?
I believe so. She was killed, and her followers were scattered to the winds.
Who killed her?
She was killed by the combined might of summer and winter. It is a rare occasion where they banded together. She was seen as a great threat.
That's not important information at all. Just gonna tuck that away in my pocket. This is fantastic. You really are the best, Mom.
Be careful.
I'm gonna go storm a castle.
Have fun storming the castle. Goodbye. And you go. And you guys, where did Zuki and Reg go for lunch?
It feels bad to say this. I guess we go to Kinko's and have a pleasant time.
So you guys are there making your copies.
Yeah. We make copies. It's great. Some of them come out a little wonky, and I'm like, man, this one's wonky, and I throw it away, and then I make another one. I'm like, yeah, this one's great, and we make a few copies at the Kink.
And then Zuki says, "Are we safe to be just crumpling up these papers and throwing them in the trash?
Well,
is this a good choice? I mean, I'm not normally the responsible one, but just for this one moment."
Yeah. I mean, do you want to go? Why don't you go pick up the crumbled copies, and you can put them in your pocket, and then you can dispose of them as you will.
Well, I'm sure they have a paper shredder here or something, right? Like, this is good news.
Yeah, if somebody's following us, we really want to make them work for it. I love that scene in the spy movies where they're having to tape all the little individual strands of paper together. And you're like, let's at least make them work for it.
Well, then let's make it even worse, and we'll distribute some of the shredded papers in like lots of different garbage cans, and then we'll take a few with us.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
And then we'll have missing pieces. That'll be even better, right?
Yeah. Perfect. I bet everyone's having as exciting a day as we are.
Are we done yet? Can we go get food?
Oh, yeah, actually, I thought because meeting your dad was kind of shitty, I have a present for you. How would you like to meet the oldest living being in Boston?
Yes, I would like to meet the oldest living being in Boston.
Okay. I have been meaning to go and take a visit, and I figured I could bring my little thing where I wrote down the syllables from before of what the cultist was saying. So I've been holding off, but I think you're ready to meet him.
Yes, let's go. Are we going to get food on the way? Are we going to eat it while we walk?
No. Yeah, he actually, he's a big fan of burgers, so we will go and get a burger for him. So, yes, there's a nice little burger joint, but they have a really good like portobello mushroom burger that you can.
I love mushrooms.
Yeah.
You like mushrooms?
No, I hate them. I am not a fun guy. So no, we're good.
Pull it from me.
Let's see if we can get a hold of Keel as well.
Okay.
Can I just purchase a burner phone?
Yeah.
Somewhere at a bodega or something on the way, and give Keel a call and have him maybe meet us at the burger joint.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll also send text messages to Zephyr and Nicholas if they happen to meet up. Saying,
but Zephyr doesn't have a cell phone. He's been borrowing Keel's.
Oh, that's right.
But Nick does.
Yeah. Well, I'll send a text to Nick as well.
And
over at the burger joint,
over at the Chestnut Manor, as business is concluding, Martin looks over at Zephyr and says, "You look stranded, dear boy. Can I give you a lift somewhere?"
No, I'm going to talk with my mom for a little bit more. But thank you.
Very well.
Thank you so much.
Charming boy you have here. I'm sure he's going to do great things. Great things. And he does a little wave and walks out. Keel, you meet them over at the burger joint?
Yeah.
With your bakery box?
With my bakery box.
It looks
is that what I think it is?
It looks like Keel's been to a fancy bakery. It's got the string and everything.
Where did you go? Did you go to the cannoli place again?
No, these are for my mom.
These are your mom's, like the best cupcakes in the world.
Yeah.
How many are in the box?
I think she only gave me a dozen. I mean, one.
So a bake.
There's 5 of us. There's a dozen. So Zuki pulls out one, and then she looks at him questioningly as she reaches in towards the box to get a second one.
Closes the box real quick on her hand.
I guess I have to wait till after dinner, right? And she downs the first cupcake.
There's like frosting all around her mouth and everything, isn't there?
I tried to savor mine. less this and more just. Is it good?
It is the best cupcake you've ever had. He was not exaggerating about his mom's cupcakes. Nick, do you join them?
I don't know where they're at.
He texted. Reg texted you from his burner phone.
Okay, then I'll head in that direction.
All right.
All right. Keel, this is an amazing cupcake. This is the best cupcake I've ever had in my life.
Been trying to get her to spell them for years now, but...
Oh my god. Is that Nicholas walking down the street? Nick!
He looked drier.
Nick, come over here and have a cupcake. Celebratory, you're not wearing wet pants cupcake.
Yeah. Sure.
Nick looks a little bit shell-shocked.
You all right?
Sure.
Wow, I don't even have to insight check that. Okay, Reggie feels like he's on a roll, so he gives Nick the same awkward hug that he gave Zuki and just kind of leans in.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean back. I'm gonna pull away.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't want you to hurt yourself.
No, it's all right. I really feel like I overstretched something in my upper body.
Yeah, don't want to pull a hammy.
Yeah. All right. But here, have a cupcake at least.
Nah, I'm good. Thanks, though.
Can I have yours?
Sure.
Zuki!
Sure.
Zuki! He's obviously distressed. Like,
No, I'm good.
There's 12. There's only 5 of us.
You can have it. That's good.
Math.
Makes sense.
I don't think I've ever seen you turn down free food. Okay.
No big deal.
Would you like to go meet the oldest living being in the city of Boston?
That's where we're going.
That's where we're headed.
Okay.
Okay. And we head off.
So, Zephyr, how do you return to the group? Do you
at the moment, sitting down with Mom, I'd actually like to still have some conversation with her real quick.
Okay, sure. Let's switch over there for a minute then.
Okay. And first thing I'm asking, so how long you known this Mr. Ferdinand? I can't remember his name.
Mr. Vandermeer.
Vandermeer.
Yes, he started coming around after your father was hurt.
And do you trust him?
He has run the business well and honorably. The business is still going. And your father's absence has not had a great impact. It is giving him time to recover. Why should I not?
I just have gotten a weird vibe from him. Maybe it's nothing.
Maybe you're just hungry.
That may be it. I need to be getting back soon to my friends, but I was wondering if...
Yes?
I know I really never showed much interest when I was younger, but I feel like I need some meditation or something, and
You want to use the shrine?
Is that too presumptuous of me?
No, I would be glad to meditate with you.
Yes, I would like that, Mother. I would like that very much.
And she gets up and she leads you into another wing of the house and these ornate doors, and she opens the doors and there's this ornate shrine with Asian tapestries, with a sword on a pedestal, and a big dragon motif.
Do I need to take my shoes off? Well, I mean,
yes, that would be respectful. Okay. And she slips her slippers off, and she goes, and she kneels down on one of the mats.
I prepare myself as best I can, and go and kneel down next to her.
And she closes her eyes, and she begins chanting.
And using all my bardic skills, I attempt to mimic her in the best way that I can.
And she's sung these chants to you when you were little, and you still remember them, even though you resisted the spiritual aspects of your upbringing. There's comfort in it. It's familiar from your childhood, and it brings you closer to your mom, and you guys meditate together for a while. And the afternoon wears by, and you don't realize it's been a couple of hours of meditation. Am
I feeling any peace coming upon me? Or
you're
anything of that nature?
You're feeling more relaxed and more calm, more sure of yourself.
Okay. Well, I continue as long as she carries me through this meditation, and as it ends, I turn to her and I give her another hug, and I thank you, Mother. I needed that.
Anytime, son.
I hope to share many more moments like this with you.
Please come back and see your father and I.
I will as often as I can. I promise. I need to go.
How are you getting back? I saw a friend drop you off.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could take the motorcycle.
It is still in the garage and it is tuned up. We have someone ride it every week to make sure it is in good condition for you.
Excellent. Then, if that's okay with you, I'm going to take that, and it'll make it easier for me to visit as well.
Very good, very good.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too. And she hugs you.
And I hug her back and kiss the top of her head.
No.
Since she's probably the only person in the world that I can do that to.
That's right. She's the only person that you know shorter than you.
All right. I get my shoes back on, my combat boots, and I actually run upstairs to my room real quick and grab a couple more shirts and a couple more unmentionables and stuff in my side bag and head out to the motorcycle.
Okay. Where are you headed? The apartment?
No, actually, just before I leave, I said, Mom, can I use your phone real quick?
Certainly. Why don't you hang on to it? You need a phone. I hate
these things.
Yes, I know. But I hate not being able to get a hold of you, and it feels strange to text your friends.
Okay.
Take this, I will get a new one, and I will send you my number.
Always. Okay.
She bows
I
to
will.
you.
So, head out to grab my stuff, head out to the garage, and get on the motorcycle, and just before I take off, I dial up Keel's phone.
Yep.
And
Ring. You're muted again.
Keep doing that. Hello?
Hey, this is me, Zephyr, sorry. And you hear this in the background. Listen, I've got a ride. I'm going to be fine. I've got one errand to run real quick, and I'll meet you guys back at the apartment. Hope to be there soon.
Okay, we'll meet you there.
I'll be there as quick as I can. By the way, Mom gave me this phone, so if you need to get hold of me, I've got this phone now.
Okay.
All right. See you guys soon.
Just so I'm clear on this, the next time we see Zephyr, he is not suffering from asthma. He's wearing a leather jacket with sunglasses, and he's riding a motorcycle.
Yes.
Oh, I've been wearing the leather jacket the whole time, just so that you're aware.
Yes, but showing up on a motorcycle devoid of asthma, you are essentially Act 3 of the movie Grease. I'm just double checking and making sure.
No, actually, Act 3 of Grease 2, because
there you are.
He's Sandy's cousin, and yes, it's sad that I know Grease 2.
All right, I jump on the motorcycle and I head over to see Gray.
Oh, interesting. All right, we'll come back.
Actually stop before going there, and I'm going to pick up a pineapple pizza on my way.
Okay.
And yes, I can ride a motorcycle and carry a pizza at the same time.
I believe in you. We will now cut to the van full of... who did we lose this time?
Ada.
Oh, we lost Atavistic. All right, hang on a second. Oh, and he's back. That was fun. Tonight is the night of internet. So the van is driving into Boston towards the Museum of Natural History. And you guys park in the parking garage and head into the museum, and Reg shows a badge to someone and leads you guys down into the bowels of the museum, where there's an old man in a suit sitting at a desk and reading a very old and dusty-looking book. And he just looks up at you, and his eyes flash in recognition.
This is the oldest guy in Boston?
If you don't mind, sir, we're going to need about 10 to 15 minutes of your time.
He nods, looks at his watch, closes the book, picks it up and gets up and walks out of the room. And the skeleton hanging behind the desk goes, "Reggie! How you doing, man? I ain't seen you in a long time. You brought visitors."
I did. It's been too long. How are you?
You're hanging in there. Get it? I'm hanging in there because I'm like a medical skeleton.
You look good. You look like you lost weight. Are you on keto?
Oh yeah, it's I can't have any of that pizza anymore. It's the carbs are bad for you now. You heard that, right? Although
no,
he goes. I smell cupcakes.
Yeah, you do actually, and I have it on authority that these are the best cupcakes in the world.
Maybe today's a cheat day. You don't mind, do you?
No, I don't mind. Keel, do you mind?
No.
The mouth of the skull unhinges and swings open, and you can see like a blue glowing light inside the skull. Without the jaw flapping at all, he's like, "Yeah, just toss it on in there. It's fine. Just peel the wrapper off. Just toss it in. It's good. I'm all right. Go ahead. I trust your aim. Go ahead."
So I need to make a roll for that?
Nah.
Keel unwraps it and then gives it a little toss in there and immediately backs up away from
it. It plops into the lower jaw of the skull, and it's just sitting there. And the skull snaps closed, like, ha 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 ha, and you can see little bits of crumbs flying out and stuff. But strangely, you don't see any crumbs raining down below into the innards of the skeleton. The cupcake just disappears. Damn, Reggie, that is a good cupcake. You were not lying. I don't get out much, but that's a good cupcake.
You've met Keel. This gentleman next to me is Nicholas, and this.
Hang on a minute. The skull kind of cocks to the side, which is weird because it's on a hook, and so the effect is that the skull cocks and the whole body kind of twists up under it. It's a little unsettling. And the eyes glow a little bit as he's looking. He says, "Oh, you got a bad rap, didn't you?"
Me?
Yeah. Am I looking at someone else? Where's the skull pointed? Hello? Do I need to use like a laser pointer or something? And he tries to make the arm move, and the arm kind of flops around a bit and doesn't do anything. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a tendon.
What I wouldn't give for an explanation.
You don't know?
About
the mark? Did they know?
You explain what you're talking about, and I'll pretend like I didn't know what you were talking about.
I've been around a long time, but even you have lost me there. Am I supposed to say, or am I not supposed to say what I just saw? Because if you want to keep it a secret, I get it, because I wouldn't be blabbing that around. You know what I'm saying?
So, sure. What you know?
Okay.
Today's been a day of revelation for me, so why not you as well?
Oh, revelation. That's an interesting word to use to describe this situation. So, you know, you guys know how everything has like an aura around it. Like, you know, hey, you, Rag Girl, what's your name?
Suzuki?
Okay, that's a better thing than Rag Girl. I'm gonna call you that now.
Thanks.
I can see nature energy in you. You can see the energy fields around people, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, everything has a different energy to it. Well, his energy field, it's got kind of a thing on it. It's
a thing?
Well, you know what a melanoma is?
No.
Okay, let me try a different angle. Do you know what cancer is?
Yes.
Well, a melanoma is a kind of cancer. It's like the mark of a cancer, like a cancer wound or something like that. He's got like a magical melanoma on his aura.
So, what does that mean?
It means he's been touched by something really, really dark in his life.
So what can he do about it?
Well, I mean, he can try to be a good person as hard as he can and see if he can work on doing different acts and eventually purge the darkness, but that darkness can act like a beacon for those that know how to look for it. He's like a lighthouse for evil, I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh, so good news.
If you want to call it that, yeah.
He doesn't speak sarcasm.
No, he speaks sarcasm, and there's a good chance that Mikey may have invented sarcasm.
Hey!
No, I have faith that in whatever mark is on Nicholas, that he has enough good in him to erase whatever is there.
Hopefully before it kills him.
Yes.
Yeah. Or converts him, which might be worse.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Hey, what's your name anyway? Because I don't want to call you, you know, the kid with the dark mark. That just sounds horrible.
No, I think that's about right for today.
How about we just call you Mark then? You're Mark now.
No, I'm not good with the Funky Bunch, but Nick's fine. Nick's fine.
Nick, all right, yeah, Nick. Nick's a good name. I like that name. Can I call you Nicky?
You can call me whatever you want.
All right, Nicky. So, you haven't felt the urge to like talk to the dead or raise the dead or anything like that, have you?
I'm actually having the urge to talk to the dead right now. Mostly dead.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? You must be talking to me. I'm the only guy here.
Slow your roll, Raging Bull.
All right, look. I'm not dead. All right. This thing is just where I live. Okay.
So you are a
person of sufficiently advanced age.
So the elderly skull.
Sure, go with that. Mikey B. Ask me what the B stands for.
B stands for
Bones! And he laughs. And the whole skeleton jiggles while he's laughing. Oh, you know, I've been telling that joke for, oh God, at least 1,000 years, and it's still not old.
And it keeps getting funnier
every
single time.
Every single time. Every single time. Anyway, so...
Mike, let me ask you, what purpose do you serve?
What purpose do I serve?
Why here? Why this place?
Because I like it here. There's a lot of weird old stuff here. I can kind of wander around at night when no one's around, and I can just have a good time. And nobody bothers me, and, you know, a couple people know about me, and they come and they talk to me from time to time, and they tell me interesting things about the outside world. It's not a bad rap.
So, in your time of experience, you ever had any end of the world discussions?
Oh yeah, seems like the world's ending every couple of weeks.
Yeah. That's what I got the feeling.
Boy, if I had a nickel for every time, I wouldn't have any place to put them. I mean, I got no pockets. I mean, where am I going to put my nickels? Really? You know? This is why I don't get nickels. Because I got no place for them.
Well, I'm done, but I know Reg has a ton of questions for you.
I'm
just going to go stand over there and...
You didn't come here for Nicky? I thought you came here to get him diagnosed. That was not what you were here for?
No. Actually...
That and the cupcake, that was like 2 extra treats.
I know. No, we are here because, once again, the end of the world is upon us.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. We happened to catch one of the cultists responsible, and he started spouting something off at us in a language that I am unfamiliar with, and most of the people standing around you were unfamiliar with. So I thought I could kind of mess around the city of Boston, or I could just skip all of that and go to the best there is.
You know, I know like 437 languages.
I know, and this is going to sound like gobbledygook because I wrote it down, but it's all syllabic at the moment. Like it's very Klaatu, Verota, Nikto at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I'll do my best. I'll ignore the accent.
Okay, and so I, using my very high roll from last week, I recite the syllables.
You do recite the syllables.
Yes.
And it sounds kind of like you're gargling sand.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, you know, that wasn't half bad, that pronunciation there. You might want to consider taking it up.
I just might, depending on how these events go. What language was it?
Well, you were speaking Terran, which is a dialect of Primordial.
Primordial? Like before, like civilization and things like that?
Like it's what the elementals speak. So, like, you were speaking like rock people talk.
Oh. Okay. That's interesting. What did I say?
You say it was pretty dark and kind of fatalistic. To dust I return. I mean, you know, this guy shouted that at you? It's not very menacing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what he shouted at us. To dust I return.
That sounds like the kind of thing you say, like, right when you die.
It was. Actually, he tried to do one of the old spy movie things where he bit into like the fake tooth at the back.
Oh, that's a classic. That's a classic.
Yeah. Okay. Mikey, you don't know of any like cults associated with Terran, do you? I mean, this seems more and more like end of the world type stuff. Like we're seeing a lot of also Christian symbology associated with this.
Christian symbology? That's weird.
Yeah, we actually found nails that could have dated back to the time of Christ.
Really?
In a rich... Yeah, and I've still got them. Like, I don't know...
Hey, you want to hold them up?
Yeah, I'll take out one of the nails and hold it up.
Huh. That's something you don't see every day.
What's that?
All the iron that those nails is made of. Those minerals, they're not from around here.
Are they from a different plane of existence?
Yes, they are. Definitely from a different plane of existence.
What plane are we talking about? The primordial plane?
I would guess the elemental plane of Earth.
Elemental plane of Earth. I've never been. What does it look like?
Well, I mean, it looks like a lot of dirt and rocks and lava. It's a pretty barren place. I mean, it's just all creatures of earth and rock that live there.
Primordial plane of Earth? Is that what he said?
That is what he said. Mikey, I can't thank you enough.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
I know.
That and the cupcakes.
I haven't even talked to the group about this, but we are thinking about getting... I'm thinking about getting a larger place. So if you ever want another place to stay outside of the museum, just let me know.
No, it might be nice to, get out for the weekend or something. I mean, there's only so much you can do here. I mean, they bring in new exhibits and things, but, getting out and about wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, stretch the bones.
Exactly.
Well, thank you again, Mikey. And if you need anything, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll just reach over there and pick up the phone, and the arm kind of flops around again.
Well, I will check in with you then.
That might be a better idea. Hey, it was very nice meeting all of you. Zuki, Nikki, what was your name? Keel, was it? Your mom makes a great cupcake. Tell her I said so. And if she ever needs free passes to the museum, I'll hook you up. I mean, not me personally. I mean, I will, but I can't hand them to you, or so. I'll pull some strings.
Appreciate that, Mikey B.
The head kind of bobs, and you get the impression he's trying to wag his eyebrows at you, but he hasn't got eyebrows, and so the head just kind of jerks around a little bit. Hey, Nikki, chin up. You could beat this.
Yeah. Thanks for the cheer. Appreciate it.
We walk out of the museum, and can I just say, Mikey B, well done.
And as you walk out, Mikey says, "Hey, Nikki, you're gonna be fine." He's not gonna be fine.
I heard that.
And the old guy comes walking back in carrying his book and just kind of nods to you and sits back down. Where to, players?
We got some information. We have realized that this cult that might be associated with the primordial plane. Not only that, but the primordial elemental plane of Earth. But we have no way of getting to that plane whatsoever. We are completely cut off from getting to that plane. It would take some grandiose machinations or act of magic in order, and I can't think of a single way for us to...
Side note, I think I was there today.
But what?
What? That's where I went to meet my dad. I don't know why. I mean, it seemed like I got the impression that he felt like we could not be overheard talking there. Not that there was much to overhear, because he gave me literally almost no information. But yeah, which is kind of an odd coinky-dink.
Well, yay. I'm so glad you went. Do we want to take us... Did he show you how to get there? Did he...
Yeah, it's the same old elf thing, like say his name 3 times or whatever. It's what they do.
Okay, it's the Beetlejuice.
I mean, I can probably just get away with saying it once, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I can go back.
Did he give you guest passes? Could you bring friends with you?
He didn't specifically say I couldn't.
That's true, and I feel like that's on him then. That's his fault, right? 2 seconds. I will try to pull Nick a little off to the side. Are you up for this?
Yep.
You sure?
Sounds good to me.
Has anyone heard from Zephyr?
Oh, crap. He said he was going to meet us back at the apartment.
Change of plans. We are all headed back to the apartment. We will meet up with Zephyr, and then we will gear up for a little field trip to the elemental plane of Earth.
Cool. Should we find out more about the elemental plane of Earth before we go there? Why am I the responsible one today? Wow.
Well, I had books back at the apartment, but I mean,
okay.
Do you want to Wikipedia it? How did you plan on doing research?
I mean, you guys all do, but I don't. So I guess I could look in a book, or maybe I could borrow your computer. Do you have a computer?
Yes, I have AOL.
Oh, I'll look in a book. I'm sorry.
What? AOL still works. I don't know why people give me this look.
Yeah, it's the same thing with your card. Just it's time to let it go. Just move on.
Oh my gosh, do you have a MySpace?
Yes, everyone who's cool has a MySpace.
You probably got a Friendster.
I grew up on the streets. I don't even have a Facebook, but I certainly don't have a MySpace.
All right. That's fine. Let's make fun of the old guy.
Meanwhile, at Gray's place, Zephyr has already gotten inside and he's downstairs talking to Gray. This pizza is delicious.
I'm glad you enjoyed. I just hopefully you've been getting the pizzas that we're sending you.
Oh yes, they are great. So nice of you to visit, though.
You can never get too much pizza. Listen, I need to know if you can do something for me. And I reach in my jacket and pull out the small box and open it up and bring out the bracelet.
Oh, very sparkly.
And I was wondering if this could be enchanted in some manner, if that's something you do.
It could be enchanted in many manners. What would you like?
Maybe just something, protection, maybe major protection. I don't know. Is that something? It's for somebody that I care about, and I'd like them to have that protection.
I can certainly look into it for you, but I can tell you, protection magic is not cheap.
How much do you think we'd be looking at?
I have to look, but I don't know, $10,000?
Whoa!
How long would it take?
A couple weeks, maybe. Maybe less if I really work fast. And I like you, so I might work fast.
Let's do it.
All right, I will start working, and you come back and you check in with me.
I will, definitely. I'll say, can I say in a week?
Sure. Let's go for it.
Let's do it. Thank you. I appreciate it, Greg.
And he awkwardly reaches out and tries to fist bump you.
And I just give him a big old grin and fist bump him right back.
And he goes, ba la 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 la. Did I do that right?
You did. It brought almost tears to my eyes how you were able to do that.
Okay.
That
Go out the back way. I have to get to work. And he takes the bracelet and he puts it on some clamps on the workbench and he puts these goggles down and he's flipping different lenses up and he starts looking at it.
And I sneak out the back door.
Okay. And you all meet back at the apartment.
How hard would it be to do research on this plane of what little I know about it? Do I have, planar travel? If Zuki was there, it obviously has air to breathe and...
Mm-hmm. It's safe to say that it has air to breathe. You haven't had a whole lot of experience with the elemental planes, though. There hasn't been much activity from them. You've dealt with minor elementals before, but mostly not. It's not the kind of thing that really crops up all that much. I'd give you a computer check if you wanted to try and search old case files or things like that.
What do I add to computer check?
It would be history.
I don't know if I have. So that is a 14.
A 14. You do some searches, and you've seen some cases where elementals cropped up before, and it seems like a lot of the elemental activity in the Boston area has been earth elementals, earth-based creatures. Almost as if they have a turf or a territory or You feel like there's some reason that there's a concentration of them here, but you're not sure why.
The walls. Could I piece together that the walls are thin to that plane in this one, and that's a possibility?
You think it's a possibility? Sure.
Okay. I relay all of this information to the rest of the group.
Okay.
And I'm assuming I've gotten back there already, or
So
am I on my way back?
You guys are in the apartment, and you hear, and Zephyr pulls up in front of the apartment, and you guys look out the window, and he kicks down the kickstand on a motorcycle, and he steps off, and he seems like he's standing a little bit taller. He pulls off a helmet, and he kind of goes jogging up the steps. And faster than you would have expected, he pushes open the apartment door and does not take a puff on his inhaler.
What did I miss, guys?
Hi.
Hi.
Hey. Hi.
You look different. There's something different. What's different?
Well, I had a great time with my mom. Oh, you're never gonna believe. Lord Mothra is keeping tabs on my dad right now.
What? Why? How? What? More?
After the incident with my father, he was laid up, and this guy weaseled his way in and has been helping my dad with his business and everything. And he threatened me that if I said anything that the bad things would be happening. So I couldn't even tell my parents what was going on.
This person has his hands on so many different aspects of our lives. It frightens me.
There's a little bit more. He's healed me.
He's healed you.
I can breathe. I don't need my inhaler. It's only going to last for 5 days, but I know he's tempting me for something. I don't know what. But guys, it feels so good. I don't know what to do.
Reggie will sink into the chair that's in the living room.
I know I can't trust him. I know. He's scared me from the moment I've seen him, but I can breathe.
I'm very glad that you can breathe, Zephyr, and I'm glad you're feeling good. So for right now, let's just be in that moment with you and celebrate with you. You do know that he's going to make you an offer.
I know.
But let's just be grateful that you're home right now.
It's good to be back. I'd miss my mom, but it's good to be back. So let's get busy. What are we doing?
We're about to take a field trip, honestly.
I'm sorry. What's that box over there? Is that more cannoli?
No, these are the best cupcakes in the world, but I know you're not interested in that. You're ready to see the world.
One. And she
I am
cupcake and another one.
Hang on. Didn't you already have 2 cupcakes?
No, I had one cupcake.
I thought you had 2.
But like I said, there are 5 of us and 12 cupcakes, so there are extra cupcakes. And it would be rude to have Zephyr eat a cupcake by himself. I am polite, Reggie. I know how these things are done. And
Zephyr keeps reaching out for the cupcake. Okay.
She hands it to him, and she unwraps hers and takes a big bite before anybody can stop her.
And I smell it first and take a bite of it.
That's a good cupcake.
Where did you get these? That's got to be the best cupcake I've ever had. And it's red velvet.
I'll make sure my mom knows that you guys like them.
And this is from your mom?
Yeah.
Will she adopt? Oh my gosh, Kill, this is the best thing I've ever had.
Well, I'll tell you what, after we figure some more stuff out, maybe we can go and get some more.
I've got to share a couple with my mom. This would go so good with the tea that she makes. She would so be into this.
Wicked family picnic.
I know. This is the Wicked family potluck at the end. We have cannolis and cupcakes and cold pineapple pizza and tea and, yeah, just all sorts.
Life just doesn't get any better than this, although it's all about to end most horribly. But
and can I say something out of character? We talk about food so much on this podcast. I would sell my soul for a cupcake right now. I would like a cupcake. We've talked about it so much this episode.
Yeah, I'm eating a cupcake right now too.
And don't you just want to lick the frosting off first, and then eat the rest of it? Oh.
No, I make a sandwich. I pull the bottom off, squish it down on the top.
It's the correct way to eat a cupcake.
All right. Yes. Let's head off to where the portal is to take us.
Hey guys, want to visit my dad?
Let's go.
Do it.
So we go over to the coffee shop type area, that area where the portal was last time. And we get there, and crap, what was his name again? It was so freaking hard to say.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
That's not it. That's not it.
Marin Anna?
Close.
Is that right?
Maern Anea.
Maern Anea. Write that down phonetically.
Champion of the Sun? Or Defender of the Sun?
Master of Karate and Friendship.
Friendship to everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. All right, cool.
Anea. Yes, I say that very clearly.
Yes, you do.
Distinctly.
And there's a cool breeze in the alleyway. And you hear a voice from the alley. Mizuki, you've brought company.
I did. I wanted you to meet my friends.
That's nice. Please join me.
Is there a portal opening?
Oh, did you want to step through? Did you want to go to where we were earlier? Ah, yes, very good. And he waves his hand and opens the portal, and you all step into the elemental plane of Earth.
Okay, Zephyr, just before he steps through, reaches into his pocket and pulls out his inhaler, and then puts it back. And then hops through the portal.
Welcome to the elemental plane of Earth. On your left, you can see some lava. On the right, you can see some rocks. There's a little rock monster over there.
And Dad just kind of smiles and says, "Is that where we are? Interesting."
Where are we, sir?
You've just told me.
Were you unaware?
Did I say I was unaware?
God, it's
Elves,
the
right?
Elves, yeah, we talked about it.
It is our burden to bear. I do apologize. As you are a friend of Zuki's, you are a friend of mine, and I'm sorry if I appear difficult.
No, it's all right. Any friend of Zuki's. I'm just gonna stop talking right there. Probably it's safer. So, this plane. Why this one?
Yes. Why this one?
He's not going to answer a lot of questions. I'm just going to give you a fair warning on that.
It is, I will say, it is a good question to ask.
Brian, explain the landscape. Like, is it like hills? Is it all one flat surface? Is it like...
It's like rock formations, mountains.
Can I climb a decently high, or even get like Zephyr to fly up and see if we see any sort of like army amassing or different portals leading to different areas?
Sure. You can climb up, and you climb up a good ways. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Okay. That is a 6.
A 6. So you start climbing, and you get a decent ways up. You're making some good progress, and you're looking, but you're so busy looking out to see what's going on around you that you don't notice that the rock is shifting underneath you and is actually moving around, and the handholds aren't where they started. And I need you to make an acrobatics check as you lose your handhold and you begin falling.
That is better. That is that's a 25.
That is better. That will reduce the falling damage. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the hard stone ground.
I'm fine. This is great.
Zuki goes over and casts Cure Wounds on him. That is 88. So it's 4 plus 5, 9.
Okay, I'm back up.
Dad smiles kind of curiously at you.
All right.
Interesting. I've not known many winter druids. I am glad that those spirits have manifested in you, though.
Thanks.
If anybody else is feeling feisty and would like to climb up, or Zephyr, if you would like to fly, I don't want to do that again.
Are you asking me to fly?
Would you care to introduce me to your friends, Mizuki?
Oh, sure. Okay, so this is the guy who just fell down is Reggie. He's our friendly neighborhood acrobat.
Yes, I can see that.
Yes, and Nick's right over there. He's our super happy-go-lucky, happy all the time, but he's not smiling at this particular moment guy. That's Zephyr.
At which point I'm actually getting my guitar and doing a quick ditty on it, and I'm going to cast Fly for myself and head on up.
If he's not singing now, he'll be singing in a minute. And let me see, and that's Keel right over there. And he may seem quiet, but his brain doesn't stop working ever. If he's quiet, he's way more dangerous.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. And Zephyr, you cast Fly?
I do.
And
I start heading straight up. And,
how high do you go?
Well, I'm going to start at about 120 feet and see what I can see.
There's some tall mountains. As far as the eye can see, there's lots of mountains and valleys, but you can see what looks like energy radiating from someplace in the distance that seems to be concentrated on a point somewhere on the ground past some of these mountains.
I zip back down quickly and I relay the information. And I said, there's some type of energy radiating in the distance. It looks like it's concentrated on the ground.
God damn it.
And do you want me to go do some reconnaissance real quick?
No, honestly.
Perception checks for everyone.
Oh.
Not as good as Reggie's, it sounds like, but I'm not sad.
Keel?
That's a 19.
19. Nick?
10.
10. Zuki?
25.
25.
29.
29. Ooh, Zephyr?
19.
19. Okay, Zuki and Reg, as you guys are standing there and talking, you notice a slight flicker behind Dad.
I will try to make eye contact with Dad and slightly flick my eyebrows up, indicating behind him.
Okay. he immediately dives and rolls to the side as a portal opens up behind him. And the strangest thing, Father Mike comes walking through the portal. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Oh, the looks on your face are so worth it.
Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire.
Do you know where I've been trying to get you to go for like 4 weeks now?
Revelations, rejoicing, Father Mike. Go visit, talk to Father Mike. Go visit Father Mike. Go back to...
You won't come to the church. I guess the church will have to come to you.
Father Mike is dead.
Yes, he is. Somebody's wearing the skin of Father Mike.
And yet Father Mike is standing right there beside you. Well, I did say you found his corpse, but it didn't have skin, did it? Things are things are about to take another gruesome turn here on Something Wicked This Way Comes. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Yes, that end was quite worth it for me. I hope it was worth it for all of you. Tune in tomorrow night for our fiasco around the McCoy table, where we will be horrible people trying to salvage a defunct zoo. Saturday night for Warrior Women and a Gay Last Man. And that wasn't a spoiler, was it? Good, good. And then Monday night again for Chosen Family. Thanks all very much for joining us. Have a great tomorrow and a great week, and we'll see you again soon. Come join us in the chat room on the Discord server.